Welcome, 6IOD faithful subscribers. Also, welcome to any of you who are just checking out the Stanley Cup Playoff Predictions Round 2. Alright, we're going to break it down right away, guys, and see how the first round went and what happened. So, first guys to make it through were my beloved Canadians. If you came here looking for an unbiased report, you will get unbiased about everything except for the Canadians. So Montreal swept the series, but it really wasn't a big deal, guys. They didn't have goaltending in Tampa Bay, and so that was over pretty quickly. And it's going to be tough for Montreal in the next round because they didn't really have that much of an opposition to play against. Still, they've got good goaltending. Key for the next series would be relentless pressure on the Boston Bruins, but it's going to be tough. Boston, goaltending was good all the way through the series. They wore Detroit down. They had good balance and veteran leadership, and they are a true cup contender, guys. So Detroit didn't have much of a chance, and everybody pretty much knew that. The regular season they did great, but they didn't do so good in the playoffs. Chicago, I picked St. Louis in this one, guys, and didn't work out for me. St. Louis played them tough, and I don't think I'm going to pick them again in a series against Chicago. Not for the reason that they don't match up well, but just for the reason that Chicago showed me in this playoff that their clutch players are really clutch players. After watching that performance, who could argue that Crawford should have been in the Team Canada Olympics, man? What a great performance there, and it was a great series. Big, hard hitting, fast, everything in it. It was great. Chicago comes on tough in the end. Bickle starting to come through, and Taves and Kane. They're a good balanced team. Stanley Cup contender. Boy, Pittsburgh did not deserve to win this. No, I was cheering for Columbus by the end, guys, and I had picked Pittsburgh. I've got players in my hockey draft from them, but Pittsburgh did not deserve the series. Malkin finally showed up on the last game. Fleury and Crosby were really, actually, Fleury was a better goaltender than Bobrovsky. That's how badly they were outplayed. But, yeah, not good. Not good if you're a Pittsburgh fan. Anaheim puts down Dallas. I really thought Dallas had a shot at this, but the goaltender surprised me in Anaheim. Anderson really came through, especially in the first couple of games. Man, he was great. And that really surprised me. The big players came through at the right time. And then we've got New York Rangers. And I told you guys this would be one of the biggest boom, boom, boom series of all time. And guess what? It was not. New York Rangers stuck to their game plan for the most part. There was a little bit of playoff animosity, but it wasn't what I thought it would be. Philadelphia tried to bring their angry game, and New York was having none of it, and you could see the talent, especially the first half of the game. It seemed like Philadelphia was asleep almost every game to start off. Okay, Minnesota, they played okay, and probably elevated their game right up to where it has to be in the playoffs. But Colorado, Varlamov, where was Varlamov? Seriously, this one I picked Colorado, and I was starting to get embarrassed that I had, because they were kind of like Pittsburgh. I felt like they had some heart at times. Patrick Wall pulling his goalies. You all heard about the heroics there. But Varlamov, man, not a great save percentage or anything. What was he, 884 or something like that, or 840 something? Just nothing great going on there, guys. They've got to grow up fast to be a Stanley Cup contender, but they've missed the playoffs the last 2 years, so I guess we shouldn't be that surprised. They're a young team. LA and San Jose was the best series of all of them, guys. Bang and crash and fast, high pressure, block shots, great goaltending. San Jose's got to figure out a way to make it past the first round and do something, because they are one talented team. They just ran into a true Stanley Cup contender. LA is the team that I'm picking to go to the final this year. So I wasn't surprised to see them come all the way back and win. A lot of people thought I was nuts for thinking that, but no, they've got the talent and they've got the heart, and they've proven it last year, the year before they won the cup. So here's my picks, and guys, the first pick might make a lot of you mad, but like I said, if you want to get unbiased reports and if you want everybody to pick the favorites, like in this whole pool this year, all the favorites made it through except for Colorado, without a word of a lie. LA was debatable, but you got to remember they went to the conference final last year, and the Stanley Cup final they won the year before. So I wouldn't call them an underdog. Minnesota was the only underdog that made it through. So guys, here's my picks. Now keep in mind, Montreal, Boston. Boston has to lose this series, but I'm picking Montreal. This is me picking Montreal because they're my favorite team. They can do it. Everything's got to go right for Montreal. Everything's got to go wrong for Boston. But that being said, Montreal does have a tenacious forecheck. We'll see how that plays out. But I'm picking Montreal because they're my favorite team. You guys might want to pick Boston. Pittsburgh, I'm going to pick them, but I don't have faith. I don't have the faith. New York could easily do this one. That's a coin toss for me. We'll see how it goes. All right. Chicago, I don't think they're going to have any problem with Minnesota. Minnesota didn't give me anything to really cheer about when they played Colorado. So I don't think it's going to happen. And LA, I am betting on is going to make it through. They're playing Anaheim, and Anaheim has components that are missing on the back end. LA is very complete. They are the three guys that are going to probably go through and be Stanley Cup finalists this year are going to be Boston and either LA or Chicago. Pittsburgh I don't consider a factor at this point unless they pull up their socks. So guys, Montreal, Pittsburgh, Chicago, and LA. Let's hope I get a little bit better. I was 5 for 3 last round, and that could have easily gone the other way, 3 for 5, especially with last night's 3 game 7s. And let's see how we do. Anyway, this is Six's Overdrive, and I'm out of here, guys. Remember to subscribe and share with your friends. Bye-bye.